Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the adrenal insufficiency. Adrenal insufficiency can be caused due to either primary defects or secondary defects. Primary defects are due to adrenal defects. That is, if there is any problem in adrenal gland, that can result in primary adrenal insufficiency. It can be due to autoimmune or Addison's disease. That is the primary cause of that means if there is autoimmune destruction of adrenal gland leading to adrenal insufficiency, that is called as Addison's disease. Then it can be due to infections like tuberculosis or HIV or adrenal hemorrhage like Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. This Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome is also associated with Neisseria meningitis or congenital adrenal hyperplasia due to 21 hydroxylase deficiency or 3 beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase deficiency, or there is a star defect which is also called as lipoid congenital adrenal hyperplasia. In all these defects, the adrenal gland undergoes injury to the adrenal gland, causing adrenal insufficiency, that is decreased production of hormones. Then we have secondary defects where there is these are due to decrease in adrenal corticotropic hormone. That means here the problem is mainly in the pituitary gland, which produces decreased or defective production of the adrenal corticotropic hormone occurs. So first, it can be due to congenital malformations like holoprosencephaly, or there can be any type of congenital malformations involving the pituitary gland, or it can be due to genetic defects or acquired insults like neurosurgery and radiotherapy can cause secondary adrenal insufficiency, or tumors of pituitary gland, or if there is any if the person discontinues steroids after using it for a prolonged treatment, after using the steroids for prolonged time, if he suddenly discontinues the steroids, that will cause decreased ACTH. So the clinical features of adrenal insufficiency includes the patient suffers from dehydration, lethargy, vomiting, or because of decreased aldosterone. Once there is decreased aldosterone, there will be decreased reabsorption of sodium and water, and there is decreased excretion of potassium. So as a result, there is hypotension is present, and there is salt craving is seen. And when in primary adrenal insufficiency, if you see in primary adrenal insufficiency, there is mainly decreased aldosterone and there is increased ACTH because of negative feedback mechanism. This causes increased ACTH. This increased ACTH causes hyperpigmentation, especially hyperpigmentation of the knuckles is seen. Whereas in secondary adrenal insufficiency, because of decreased ACTH is present, which leads to decrease in aldosterone. Here the adrenal gland is completely normal, it is capable of producing aldosterone, but because of absence of ACTH, the adrenal gland is not producing aldosterone. So here there is hypopigmentation is seen in secondary adrenal insufficiency. So if you see the lab investigations, here first and foremost there is decreased sodium reabsorption, so there is hyponatremia. There is decreased potassium excretion, that means there is increased potassium in the blood, so there is hyperkalemia. Okay, and because of decreased dehydration, there is hemoconcentration because of dehydration, which also shows there is increased hematocrit. And finally there is hypoglycemia is also seen. And finally, if you see the treatment of this disorder, the treatment is mainly hydrocortisone or by fludrocortisone. So this is about adrenal insufficiency. Thank you for watching.